I don't know about you, but when I see a button, I want to click on it. So we need to code it so something happens when we click on the buttons. The buttons in Scratch are called sprites, so we want to go into the gold events blocks and find a block that will trigger something to happen when we click on the sprite. Can you find it? Good. When this sprite clicked is how we trigger the button to know it's supposed to do something. Now we need to tell it what we want it to do. This sprite is called hats. If we look into the costumes for this sprite, there are many different hat costumes. When the sprite is clicked, we want the program to circulate through the costumes to change the way this sprite looks. Any idea where we might find a code block dealing with how this sprite's costume looks? If you use your spy reasoning skills, it will help you. Well, I know, the costume changes the way things look. So maybe I'll find an appropriate block in the purple looks category. At this point, I like to read my code like I would read a sentence. When this sprite is clicked, change to the next costume. Let's see if it works. It does. Again, we're on limited time here, so I'm going to show you a shortcut. The code for every single button is the same as this one. When this sprite is clicked, change to the next costume. So instead of pulling out those blocks for each sprite, do this instead. Let's organize our code a bit. I'm just arranging it how I like to see it, with the initialize code first, then with the button click code. The last thing we need to code is the stage and backdrops. You'll notice that some of the blocks change when you click on the stage. In the events blocks, instead of seeing a when this sprite clicked block, we see a when stage clicked. And in the looks blocks, instead of seeing next costume, now we see next backdrop. Let's use these and see what happens. The backdrops have been loaded with different looking faces, so when we click anywhere on the backdrop, it changes the faces. This gives us more variety with our masks. Now you try.